Is luck in the cards? Turn them and see. It could very well bring you some cash currency on Card Sharks. And now here's your host of Card Sharks, Jose Cazares. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into another exciting edition of Card Sharks here on Sleepy Time Studios on the MVG Networks. We're so glad to have you here with us once again. Well, if you were not with us on our last show, our overall champion picked up his third win, and now he is on the verge of potential retirement. If he can win these next two games, he'll become our second retired champion and join Will Medina in the retirement club. He comes to us with a total so far of $13,250. Let's welcome back Mr. Chris Chambers.
Hello, everybody. Happy Labor Day.
As of the time of taping, we are currently celebrating Labor Day in 2022. But, Chris, glad to have you back with us. Your run has had its ups and downs.
Yep.
In the main game, you've had incredible luck, and then the money cards, it's just not too good in terms of money totals, but we don't talk about that.
No.
You're going for 2 more wins tonight. Do you think that you'll be able to get retirement?
Yes, I can, Jose.
Well, you have been a very confident champion going into this, and I gotta give you props for it, but of course, you gotta take down 2 more challengers to do so, and the first one of which is actually a newcomer to this game. You ready to meet her?
Yes, please.
All right. As I mentioned, she is a newcomer to the game. We welcome her in, Miss Nancy Martin.
Howdy.
All right, so we got a little bit of a delay there, but all right, Nancy. Since this is your first time here, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, certainly. I am a janitor from Bexley, Ohio, which is east of the capital city of Ohio, Columbus. And I love video games, game shows, and traveling. Plus, I'm a tape trader of game shows, too.
Oh, so you collect, like, the antique recordings of them.
That is correct.
That may be one of the interesting collections of game show memorabilia I've heard of, but hey, at least, it's good to have antique tapes of game shows, in my opinion. But anyways, you're up against a 3-time champion here in Chris. You think you got what it takes to claim the title?
I hope so.
All right, well, best of luck to you, and of course, good luck to both players. We already know how this game works. So with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and get right into our game. First round, of course. First question goes to our champion. So, Chris, we're going to start with you for this first one. All right, Chris, we asked 100 single men over the age of 40. Would you describe your body as move-in ready, or is it more of a fixer-upper? How many said that their body is move-in ready?
Moving ready, I say 45 people, 4-5.
All right, he says 45 out of 100 do believe that their body is in that position. Nancy, higher or lower than 45?
I will say a bit higher.
She says higher than that. All right, of course, if it is higher, Nancy, you'll control the cards first. If not, it'll be Chris. The actual number of single men over 40 who would describe their body as move-in ready is 37. It is not higher. We're in the ballpark of that one, Chris, but overshot a bit, but you still get control. So, let's start by looking at your base card. You have an ace.
Over, please.
Lower than the ace, it's a 4.
Higher, please.
Higher than the 4, it's a queen.
Over, please.
Lower than the queen, it's a 6.
What the heck, Kyle?
He's going for it all to pick up the first round and $2,000. You said higher, right?
Yes.
Higher than the 6? No! It is a 2, and all of those cards are gone. Oh
Ouch.
man, after all of that, Chris, you unfortunately have to go right back to your ace. And that means that Nancy gets a free chance to play off her base card of a 4.
Very good card. Let's go higher.
Higher than the 4, it's a queen.
Good. Let's go lower.
Lower than the queen, it's a jack.
Let's go lower.
Lower than the jack. Oh no, it's another jack!
Ouch.
Man, both players with incredible progress and just ends abruptly. So, and unfortunately, none is made, and that brings us to our second question of the round. And Nancy, we are over to you for this one. All right, we asked 100 veterinarians, have you ever performed a procedure on a human patient? How many said that they had?
Huh. Well, in this day and age, you never even know what's going to happen. But in this case, I am going to say about 25.
All right, she says 25 of them have performed a procedure on a human patient. Chris, higher or lower than 25?
I think it'd be just a little higher.
All right. The actual number of veterinarians who have performed a procedure on a human patient is 55. It is higher. All right, and Chris, you've got control once again, and you have that ace.
Lower, please.
Trying it again, lower than the ace. It's an 8.
I'm gonna freeze this time.
Yeah, this time he's freezing, so he keeps Nancy away from her cards, and he has a 1-card lead. Third question now, and we are back to Chris for this one. All right, this one's a little interesting in a good way. Chris, we asked 100 senior citizens. Is 5 in the afternoon too early to eat dinner? How many said yes, it is too early?
Be too early. I'll say 35 people. 35.
All right, he says 35. Believe it is too early. Nancy, higher or lower than 35?
I gotta say that's much higher than that.
Why do you think it would be much higher?
Well, I would say the older people would have dinner around 6 or 7. So with that, much higher for me.
All right, well, let's find out then. The actual number of senior citizens who do believe that 5 p.m. is too early to eat dinner is 20. It is not higher.
Dang.
And not that many actually have that belief.
Well,
Call me a liar then.
Well, 5 p.m. is usually an average time for dinner, honestly. At least in my household, but I digress. Chris, you have that 8.
change it, please.
Changing it, the 8 goes away, and we replace it with a jack.
Oh, well,
Lower than the jack, it's a 7.
I'm gonna freeze.
He's gonna freeze it right there, getting one step closer to picking up the first round. And that puts us in a very interesting situation, as we are now in our 4th and final question. And we, of course, know it is sudden death, so somebody has to win on this next play of the cards. And the question goes to Nancy. Nancy, we asked 100 people, have you ever seen a ghost? How many said that they had?
For me, that's gonna be pretty low because I don't think you can physically see a ghost. At least, I don't think so. I've heard some people say there's no such thing as ghosts. Fuck it. I'm gonna say 20.
Dang, a lot of hostility with that one. Alright, but she says 20. Chris, higher or lower than 20?
I hope it's a little higher.
He says higher than that. Alright, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of people who have ever seen a ghost is 16. It is not higher. It was a low number, but Nancy didn't go low enough, but it doesn't matter. Nancy, you've got the decision. So, here's the situation. You have a 4 that you can change, and Chris has a 7, which he cannot. He would only need 2 cards to win the first round, but you would need to sweep the board. The choice is yours. Do you want to keep control or force Chris to play off the 7?
Chris, you're playing.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, you cannot change the 7. You've got to call these 2 cards correctly. Otherwise, Nancy has the first round.
I'm gonna go Lowell.
He's going against the odds, going lower than the 7. No, it's another 7. Nancy wins.
Nancy.
All right, so for your first outing, Nancy, you're going to be leaving with $1,000 no matter what happens, and you are up
Nice.
1 round to nothing. All right, but with that being said, now, Chris, I've said this before. People have been in deficits like these and have come back from them. You could very well do the same. All right, I'm just going to put Nancy's name on the leaderboard, and we're going to go ahead and clear the board and get everything ready for our second round. There we go. All right, second round, same as the first. Only difference is that the challenger gets our first question. So, Nancy, this one is yours.
Bring it.
All right, Nancy, we asked 100 moms. Have you ever hidden food from your kids that you didn't want to share? How many admitted that they had?
I'm pretty sure a good number of them have. I mean, I'm not a mother, but I know quite a few women that actually are mothers, and the number I am going to say is 65.
All right, she says 65 out of 100 have done this sneaky deed. Chris, higher or lower than 65?
I think it'd be higher.
Says even higher than that. All right, the actual number of moms who have hidden food from their kids that they didn't want to share is 84. It is higher. Very common, apparently, in households, but... All right, Chris, you've got control once again. Let's see your base card. You have a 9.
Can't you please?
You are entitled to do so since you won the question. The 9 goes away, and we replace it with a deuce.
Higher.
Higher than the 2, it's a 3.
Higher, please.
Higher than the 3, it's an ace.
Lowell.
Oh.
Lower than the ace, it's a 10.
I'm gonna freeze.
All right, this time he's playing it safe, freezing it right there, needing only 1 card to tie up the match, and he keeps Nancy away from her cards. All right, that now brings us to our second question, and we are going to Chris for this one. All right, Chris, we asked 100 people in a California studio audience. Have you ever attended a seance? That's spelled S-C-A-N-C-E. How many said yes?
35 people.
He says 35 have attended one. Nancy, higher or lower than 35?
That's going to be a hell of a lot lower than that.
She says lower. All right. The actual number of the people in the California studio audience who have attended a seance is 28. It is lower.
I told ya.
Okay, just for clarity's sake, in case our folks at home don't know what it means, what is a seance? If anybody knows.
It's like talking to a ghost and some shit like that.
Yeah, it's like talking to dead people.
Okay, well, well, that explains the low number then. Alright, but Nancy, you in control for the first time this round, and let's see your base card. You have a 9 as well.
Hell no, get rid of it.
I'm sensing a pattern here. Changing the 9 goes away, and we replace it with a jack.
Alright, decent card. Let's go lower.
Lower than the jack, it's an 8.
Oh, hell no. Freeze.
Alright, freezing it right there puts her one step closer. And that does keep Chris away from his cards. Alright, third question of the round now. We're back to Nancy for this one. Nancy, we asked 100 lawyers. Do you think the jury gets it right more often than not? How many said they did get it right more often than not?
Very interesting question, because oftentimes the jury would have to deliberate what kind of offense that person committed or what a person is suing another person for. So I do believe the jury more often than not does get it right. So with that said, I'm going to say about 70 of them say they got it right.
70 flat?
70 flat, yes.
All right, she says 70 out of 100 do think that the jury gets it right more often than not. Chris, higher or lower than 70?
I think it's Lowell.
He says lower than that. All right, the actual number of lawyers who do think that the jury does get it right more often than not is 79. It is not lower.
Well,
Kyle.
All right, Nancy, you've got control once again, and you have that 8.
please get rid of it.
Changing it, the 8 goes away, and we are going to replace it with a queen.
Fine card, let's go lower.
Lower than the queen, it's a 7.
What the hell? Higher.
Going for it, higher than the 7. No, it's another 7.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
Those pairs are just getting both of our players badly here, so no progress made. And that means the champion gets a free chance to play off that 10.
Hope it's Lowell.
To tie up the match. Lower than the 10. It's an 8. We have a tie. Nicely done, Chris. You pick up another $1,000, bringing you now up to $14,250 for your championship total. And you have now tied up the match at 1 apiece. So we're going to have to go to a tiebreaker to determine a winner. Let's go ahead and get to that right now. As you can see, players, 3 cards and only 1 question. The champion always gets the questions in the tiebreaker, and Chris, this one is yours. All right, Chris, we asked 100 college professors. Have you ever played beer pong?
Huh.
How many of those professors had said that they had?
50.
He is pulling the trap card once again with 50. Nancy, higher or lower than 50?
What the hell kind of a professor would play beer pong? It's a hell of a lot lower than that.
All right, she says it's way lower. Let's find out. For all-important control of the cards, the actual number of college professors who have ever played beer pong is 67. It is not lower.
Wow.
These statistics can surprise you sometimes.
God, no kidding.
Maybe they played it before they became professors. Who the heck knows?
I don't even want to know.
All right, but Chris, the decision is yours. I'm going to start by revealing both of your base cards. Nancy has a 3, and you have a king.
Oh boy.
The choice is yours. Do you want to keep control or pass it to Nancy?
I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna go Lowell.
All right, keeping control, not going to change the king, going lower. Lower than the king. It's a 10.
Oh boy. Hope it's Lowell.
To pick up your 4th win and keep your championship alive. Lower than the 10. It's a 7. He's done it again.
Good job, Chris.
Well, Chris, remember, you see what I told you earlier? You came back from that deficit. So you pick up another $1,000 there for winning the tiebreaker, and you are now up to $15,250. And you're going to be going back to the money cards in just a moment. Nancy, you gave me the valiant effort there, but just unfortunately, Chris just had better turnouts with the cards and the questions, but did you still have fun with us on your first appearance here?
Yes, I did, but I might have a lot of fun as well playing beer pong.
Well,
What the hell did I just say?
Yeah, what the heck is
yeah,
this
you just realized that. But anyways, Nancy, before we send you off here, we're gonna play the what if situation. Since the game's over now, had Chris passed you, you would have had to call the 3.
I would have went higher.
It would have been a 10,
I would have went lower.
and it was another 10. So it was set up for Chris to win either way.
All right, fine.
Well, now you don't. I bet now you don't feel as bad.
Yeah.
Well,
I had a
either
great time, so I'm glad to be here.
well, either way, Nancy. Like I said, you're not leaving out of here empty-handed. You did pick up $1,000 for winning one of the rounds, and we hopefully look forward to having you back before the season's over.
Well, I'll be back. Good.
All right, that is Nancy Martin, everybody, and Chris, you've done it again. 4 wins in a row and over $15,000 to show for it, but I think it's high time that for a big payday in the money cards. What do you say?
Yes.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break first to prepare yourself for it, but when we come back, Chris is going to have another crack at the money cards to see if we can finally give him a big payday. We'll be right back after this here on Card Sharks. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks, everybody. We're here with our now 4-time champion, Chris Chambers, who came back from being down 1-0 to take it in the end. Over $15,000 total, but Chris, like I said before the commercial break, it is time for a big payday, in my opinion.
Yes.
Ready to see if you can pull it off?
Yes, please.
Alright, then let's go ahead and get to it by playing the money cards. Now, you've been here 3 times before, so you are very well aware with how this works. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it.
Okay.
Here is your $200 of betting money. And we're going to start by revealing your opening base card, which is a 10.
Next with number 1, please.
Alright, using the 1 change per row that he's entitled to, the 10 goes away. And we replace it with a 3.
Robert Hyle.
All $200, higher than the 3. It's an 8. You're up to $400 now.
$50. Owl.
Now you're going the minimum bet. You said lower.
Lower, please.
$50 lower than the 8. It's a 6. You're up to $450 now.
$50 Hyle.
How much?
$50.
You're going the minimum again.
Yes.
Alright, $50 higher than the 6. It's a king. You're up to $500 now. We move that king up to the second row, give you another $400 of betting money. You're up to $900 now with a king.
Robert Owl.
All $900. Lower than the king. It's a 3. You're up to $1,800 now.
Robert Hyle.
All $1,800. Higher than the 3. It's a 9. You're up to $3,600 now.
Number 2, please.
He's changing it. All right. The 9 goes away, and we replace it with a 3.
Robert Hyle.
All $3,600 again. Higher than the 3. It's a queen. All right, Chris, we move that queen up to the top row. You have $7,200. You must bet at least $3,600, but you can bet more, and you can change it if you wish.
71 Lowell.
How much?
7,100.
All right, 7,100. All right, Chris, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're either going to have $100 or $14,300 if this card is lower than the queen. It's a push, but hey, $7,200 is still not bad. Nicely done, Chris. We finally gave away a big total, $7,200. trembling a bit over here, but when we add that $7,200 to the $15,250 you won previously, you now have a 4-day total, or 4-game total, I should say, of $22,450. But Chris, the next game is going to be a big one. Because when we come back from this commercial break, Chris is going for retirement. Will he be able to pull it off? We'll find out right after this here on Card Sharks. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks, everybody. We're back here with Chris, who finally got himself a big payday, the money cards, picking up $7,200. But Chris, this game is big for you. Should you win this next game, you are going to be retired. You ready to meet your next? You ready to meet your final opponent?
Yes, please.
All right. So I should mention, Chris, that you do have a total of $22,450 after that money cards win.
Okay.
But here he is, known to a lot of people here in MVG as the Street Killer from the state of Minnesota, Mr. Nell Snesrud.
Hello.
Wait, is that our first retired champion in the audience booing Nels?
Yeah.
Well, what do you have to say to him over there?
Like it, Nels. Hey, Nels, sit on that ballpark. Hope the mustard don't kill you.
Keep it up. Keep it up, Will. Keep it up.
It's not my fault y'all don't listen to the Packers. The Packers don't whoop y'all out.
Okay, let's settle down, players.
Okay.
Yeah, at the time of taping, we are also at the week of the start of football season, but we're not talking about that right now. Instead, Nell, so far you got $1,000 to your credit for your season total. I think you've been here once with us thus far, but
Yeah.
you're now playing against the 4-time champion. You're known as the Street Killer. Will your name live up to it tonight?
It will. It will.
Well, all joking aside, even this is still going to be quite an exciting game because both of you are known to be good players, especially at this game. So we'll just see what happens. Best luck to the both of you. Now, of course, we already know how to play our game, so let's get right to it with our first round and our first question, which goes to Chris. Well, we got a doozy to start with this one out, Chris. We asked 100 adults, are any of your credit cards maxed out right now? How many admitted that they were maxed out?
Oh boy. I say 65 people.
6'5"?
65.
He says 65 out of 100 do have credit cards that are maxed out. Nell's higher or lower than 65?
Oh, I'm going to say that's a little bit lower than that.
Says lower than that. All right.
I could be wrong,
The actual number of adults who have credit cards that are maxed out right now is 13. It is way lower.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, those adults, they can learn how to manage their money relatively quickly. All right, so Nels, you've got control to start off. Let's see your opening base card.
Give me your card, please.
It's a 5. And you can change it if you want.
I won't keep it go higher than the 5.
All right, keeping it going higher. No, it's a 3.
There we go.
Look at it this way, though. Better the first card than the last one.
True.
So it could have been worse, but no progress made there. That means the champion gets a free chance to play off his base card of a 10.
I'm gonna go lower, please.
Lower than the 10, it's a 7.
I'm gonna freeze.
Freezing it right there, taking the 1-card lead. All right, let's go ahead and continue on with our second question of this round, and this one goes to Nels.
Hi.
And we thought the last one was crazy. We didn't see nothing yet because get ready for this one, Nels.
Oh God.
We asked 100 senior citizens.
Why not the old people question? What the heck?
Hey, I don't pick the questions. That's just the order that they come up in.
Sure, okay.
All right. Nels, we asked 100 senior citizens. Is Childish Gambino the name of a musician or a mobster? Spelled M-O-B-S-T-R. How many of those seniors said that they believe that Childish Gambino is the name of a mobster?
I'm going to go 69.
All right, Chris, higher or lower than 69?
Lower, please.
Says lower than that. All right, the actual number of senior citizens who do believe that the name Childish Gambino is a mobster's name is 32. It is lower.
Well, shoot.
All right, Champ, you've got control, and you have that 7.
Oh, no. Change it, please.
Why should be 8?
All right, changing it, the 7 goes away, and we replace it with a queen.
Dang it.
Lower, please.
Lower than the queen, it's a 6.
Oh, I'm going to go higher.
Playing it higher than the 6, it's a king.
Lower, please.
For game number 1 and another $1,000, lower than the king, it's a 4. He's got it. Oh my goodness, and the champ already, after 2 questions, off and running. Nicely done, Chris. You pick up an extra $1,000 there for winning the match, so you are now up to $23,450. And you win one more round, and you're retired.
Awesome.
Nels, again,
Yeah.
you could very well do what he did, so don't count yourself out yet.
I'm not.
All right, let's go ahead and get to it here with our second round.
Now my secret strategy is in play now.
We'll find out what that secret strategy is in a moment, because you start our second round in terms of questions. Anyways, I swear these questions are just get crazier and crazier with each one that we do. Nels, we asked go ahead.
Sorry. It always comes to me with the crazy questions.
Well, haven't they all been crazy this season? But I'm not talking about. We are not talking about that right now. Let's just go ahead and get to this one. Nels, we asked 100 baristas. Yeah, not old people for once.
Well,
With all due respect to the seniors. Have you ever written your phone number on an attractive customer's coffee cup? How many of those baristas said that they had?
okay. My strategy is I'm in the middle, 50.
You do realize that our champion has used that strategy before, so it's not so secret now.
Hey, I used it first, so it's mine first.
Not on my season you did, but that's beside the point.
It was.
But I'll have to check back in the season, but I digress. He's going in the middle with 50, Chris. Higher or lower?
It's going to be higher.
He says higher than that.
Must be lower.
All right, the actual number of baristas who have ever written their phone number on an attractive customer's coffee cup is 37. It is not higher.
Whoa.
I swear, Nels always makes a bold prediction, and at least one time he calls it.
Thank you.
But anyways, Nels, you've got control, and let's see your base card. It's a 6.
Change that filthy card.
All right, changing it, the 6 goes away, and we replace it with a 7. Not much better.
God bless the frick America here. Good lord. Let's go higher.
Higher than the 7, it's a king.
Lower, please.
Lower than the king, it's a 9.
Freeze that damn 9 right there.
All right, freezing it, needing only 2 cards to tie up the match, and keeps the champion away from his cards. All right, speaking of our champion, we go to our champion for our second question. All right, Chris, we asked 100 teenagers. Have you used the word literally in the last week? How many of those teenagers said that they have?
Oh boy. 60. Oh. Yeah, 65.
55? 55?
65.
Oh, 65, all right. All right, so he says 65 out of 100 have used that word. Nels, higher or lower than 65?
What word?
Literally.
Oh, I literally going to say lower.
Oh my god.
Hey, you didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, I should have seen it coming with this kind of a question, but anyways. Alright, the actual number of teenagers who have used the word literally in the last week is 83. It is not lower.
Damn it!
Yeah, you gotta remember the popularity of that word, especially among teenagers of all people.
Yeah, literally screwed up.
Okay, enough of that.
Oh,
Chris,
come on!
all right, all right, Chris, you've got control. Let's see your base card. You have a 3.
Higher, please.
Higher than the 3, it's a jack.
Oh, please.
Lower than the jack, it's a deuce.
Higher, please.
Higher than the deuce, it's an 8.
Oh, boy. I better freeze.
Oh, you
Freezing it right there. It takes the lead by 1 card, and he only needs 1 card to retire. Oh, this is getting interesting now.
I can't let this happen. I'm sorry, Chris. I can't let this happen.
All right, I believe we're now at our 3rd question, if I'm not mistaken. So, Nels, this one goes to you.
Back to me.
Nels, we asked 100 married men. Do you regularly manscape your body hair?
Oh!
How many said that they do?
So Nels is the Tarzan version of this server, huh? Good job.
I'm speechless right now, as you can tell. Oh, God. I want to say it's like 35.
You're going 35?
Yeah, 35.
All right, he says 35 out of 100 do regularly manscape. Chris, higher or lower than 35?
I'm going to say higher.
Says higher than that. All right, the actual number of married men who regularly manscape their body hair is 37. It is barely higher. Oh, Nels just undershot it there. And Chris, you've got control, and you have that 8.
Let
Why
there be
don't
another,
change it, please?
let there be another 8.
Changing the 8, it goes away, and we replace it with a 9.
Yes! Yes!
You're going to have to call it,
I'm
Chris.
Go high, against the odds to go higher.
He's going against the odds to become our 2nd retired champion.
No,
Higher than the 9. No, it's a 6.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, crap. Now I got to get the 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nels, you get a free chance, but you have to play off that 9.
Now let's go lower for the shits and giggles.
Lower than the 9, it's a deuce.
Higher! Higher!
To put this game at a tie, higher than the 2, it's an ace. We have a tie. Oh man, Chris, going and unfortunately for Chris, going against the odds did not work out, and just like that, we have a tie game. All right, so Nels, you pick up another $1,000 there, so you go up to $2,000 for the season total. But now, it's gonna come down to our tiebreaker. So let's get to it. 3 cards and 1 question. The champ gets the question. So Chris, this is a big one for you. So here it is. Chris, we asked 100 computer programmers. Do you think Bitcoin will still be around in 5 years? How many said yes?
Bitcoin in 5 years. 50.
And now he's pulling the trap card with 50.
Stinking bastard! Oh.
See what I mean about that strategy being not so secret, Nels? That's why. Because your opponent can use it too. But anyways, higher or lower than 50?
I'm gonna say lower.
Says lower than that. All right, for all important control, The actual number of computer programmers who do think that Bitcoin will still be around in 5 years is 76. It is not lower. Champ, the decision is yours. Well, now, of course, you know I'm going to start by revealing both of the base cards. Nels has a 10.
Oh, great.
And you have a jack.
Oh, fuck.
Now remember, you can change it. Do you want to keep control or force Nels to play off the 10?
Yes, you can have it.
Oh, great. Thanks. Really.
He's passing it to Nels. All right.
Okay.
Nels, you got to call this 10.
Oh, God. Let's go higher.
You're going against the odds and going higher?
Yeah.
Game over.
He says higher. Then the 10. No, it's a 9 and Chris is retired!
Man, you can go against the odds.
Congratulations, Chris. You are now the second retired champion of Card Sharks. We give you another $1,000, and you're going to be going to the money cards for one final time with a total of $24,450. We're gonna finish up things with you here in just a moment, Chris. But Nels, I with all due respect, I've got to ask, why did you go against the odds with that 10?
Well, here's the thing. It could have been ace. It could have been king, queen.
So you think that maybe it was? You maybe thought that one of the face cards was due.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Hey, I mean, granted, it was a controversial move, but still, it has its logic behind it. You went against the odds, and it just unfortunately didn't work.
For the record, I would have got lower than a 9 just to be.
And if you had gotten that one right, you would have had it.
Ouch.
No doubt, go lower.
But Nels, before we send you off here and for you to release your anger at other people here.
Yeah, Cedric is one of them.
Chris, had you decided to keep control, what would you have called on the jack, or would you have changed it first off?
Oh, I have kept and go low.
All right, would have gone lower than the jack, and you would have lost. So if they went with the odds, assuming the players went with the odds, it was set up for Nels to win either way.
Oh, man.
Oh, that is brutal.
Saying that, Jose, that really makes me feel a lot more better.
Nels, I am sorry, but hey, look at it this way. You picked up another $1,000 on this appearance, so you have $2,000 for the season. And there's still time in the season for you to try again and get a championship for yourself.
I'm coming back.
So yeah, we look forward to the day we have you back here, but...
And I'm going to meet Cedric in the parking lot so I can kick his butt.
Oh, you're going to kick my butt, huh?
Yeah.
Brother with 10 years get that episode. Fool, I'm about to hit you so hard it'll make your hairline recede even further than it already is. Let's go.
Okay, While those two do get out in the parking lot, we're going to take a quick commercial break here, but when we come back, Chris, our second retired champion, Chris, is going to have one final crack of the money cards to see if he can add a whole lot more money to that total. We'll be right back after this here on Card Sharks. Stay with us. Welcome back here at the Card Sharks, everybody. We're here with our now second retired champion, Chris Chambers, with $24,450. Chris, I mean, technically you made the right move in passing, but did you think Nels was going to go against the odds there?
I did not think he was. I thought he was going to go lower then, probably go lower again.
Well, either way, Chris, it worked out for you. You are now our second retired champion, and you can now officially join Will Medina in our retirement club once you're finished with the final money cards. Are you ready to get to it?
Yes.
All right, let's end your retirement here with a bang as we play for your final time the money cards.
Okay.
We're just gonna get right into it. Here we go. Here's your $200 of betting money, and let's see what your opening base card is. We start you off with a 4.
What? All of it higher.
All $200, higher than the 4. It's a 5. You're up to 400 now.
All of it higher.
All 400 again, higher than the 4 or higher than the 5. It's a 9. You're up to 800 now.
Change it with number 3, please.
All right, using the 1 change per row, the 9 goes away, and we replace it with a 10. Not much better.
$100 lower.
100, you said?
Yes, 100.
All right, he
Lower
said
than the 10.
$100, lower than the 10. No, it's a king, but you were right to bet low. We move that king up to the second row, give you another $400. You're now up to $1,100 with a king.
I'm going to go all of it lower.
All 1,100, lower than the king. Oh, it's an ace! Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I am sorry, Chris, and that is how your retirement ends, with a bust on the money cards.
What a painful bust right there. I blame Nels.
Oh, Chris, that is unfortunate. That is the worst way that your championship run could end right there. Unfortunately, you don't pick up anything on the money cards of all things, and once again, an ace denying you. And I hate to say it, but you're now the I think, if my knowledge serves me right, you're now the 3rd person to bust on the money cards. Unfortunately.
Yes.
That is unfortunately starting to become a trend here, especially late in the season. But hey, look at it this way, Chris. While you may not have picked up any more money here on the money cards, you are still retired, and no matter what happens, you have the number 2 seat secured.
Good.
Will still has number 1, but you are guaranteed at least the number 2 position with $24,450. So you cannot be upset at that. But hey, in any case, Chris, congratulations for retiring. And we hopefully look forward to seeing you back here on our Tournament of Champions.
I'll be here, Jose. Thanks for having me.
Well, we look forward to having you there, but for now, go hang out with Will in the retirement club, and we'll see you back in the TOC. But anyways, folks, not how we wanted the Chris's championship to end there, but we got to play by the rules. So that is all the time we have for us here on this installment of Card Sharks. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next week when the cards come shuffling our way once again, and we have 2 new players back here as we try to crown a new champion. I'm your host, Jose Cazares, and we'll see you next time for another installment of Card Sharks here at Sleepy Time Studios. Good night, everybody.